Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to a stream on the MotoMeerkat channel. Guys, today everything is going wrong. Oh my god. If I switch over to my camera, it's just nothing there. Just nothing there, and it's on. The system's all working. I literally have no idea what is going on with my camera at the moment. It's just not working with my system, which is brilliant and causing me even more rage for this morning, but I hope everyone is doing okay. We'll obviously, as you can see on the stream, we're going to jump straight into the action because I can't get the camera on. So you're not going to be able to see my face, I'm afraid, today, boys. But I'll see if I can get it sorted behind the scenes while we're streaming. And I'll see what I can do. As you can also see on track, I've had 4 people today just not turn up. I've had 4 people just not tell me anything about not being able to play and just not turn up for the session, which is great. I'm trying to create this quite professional series, obviously just people having fun at the end of the day, but I am trying to get it professional, get people in, get a viewer base enjoying the races and having a good time. And if loads of people don't turn up, then it's going to really piss me off. So there we are. But welcome to the stream today. I hope you're doing alright. I hope you're having a better day than I am. We're going to get into the 8th round already. Only 3 rounds left of the season now, so it's all hotting up a little bit. Today we are going to be at Imola, so one of the tracks that we will soon see. Let's jump over to someone else. We've been watching Finn for a little while now. Jump over to CJ in the Lamborghini. Another one of the tracks that we're going to be seeing very, very shortly on the Formula 1 calendar, which should be fantastic. Finally seeing some old tracks that are jumping back on the calendar that we once saw. Obviously in early 2000s was fantastic to see, especially the V10 cars just sounded incredible, roaring around this place. But I wonder how good the racing will actually be in today's cars, in the 2020 cars. So we'll have to wait and see for that, but it'll at least be interesting to sort of see the spectacle of the cars of going around that track. So, as I said, round 8 in the final stretch of the series now. Jack is currently sat at the top of the standings with 71 points. We'll switch over to him. He's actually gone back in the pits in that lovely blue Renault. So we'll switch over to someone else. A few of the boys out on track currently. If you haven't seen this series yet, we've got 15 minutes of practice, then a 15-minute quali, and then a 40-minute race. So it'll be interesting to see, with tactics and whatnot, what people play out as their strategy throughout the race. I've just seen that Raptor has managed to jump in the session as well. And I believe Arthur should be jumping in before quali. We might see JW as well getting on, depending on if his cricket game is cancelled or not. So we'll see what happens there, but hopefully we can get up to about 10 drivers for the actual race, which should still be good for some decent racing around this beautiful track. As I said, Jack is currently at the top of the standings, 71 points, doing very well, 14 points ahead of the rest of the pack. So fantastic to see him doing well, and hopefully we can see some people challenge a little bit better for today. We have Dvanleur and Todd, who are joint second on 57 points, but Dvanleur's decided he doesn't want to turn up for today and not tell me, so thank you very much for that, mate. Todd is joint with him in second, though, and he has indeed joined today's session. Let's jump over to him. He's currently set the fastest time of 1:49.2, as no, he hasn't anymore. FH444 does indeed go quicker in that Aston Martin, but Todd there finally jumping back in the series. Wasn't here last week, so lost a few points out on Jack. Hopefully he can do show some good pace today, get some decent points and close that 14-point gap. And we got Rundy back in 4th, nipping at their heels, 42 points, down in 4th place. He's here today as well, currently in the pits in the Mercedes, but still doing a very, very fine job down in 4th. Now, Dvanleur was on a winning streak, won the last 3 races, Silverstone, Laguna and Nürburgring. But obviously that's not going to be able to continue if he hasn't bothered to turn up for the session. So a bit sad there. That could have been very interesting, but there we are. See if he could get a 4th. But obviously not going to happen today. Now, there's a heat wave across Europe at the moment. That's sort of stopped in the UK now. We've got all the storms rolling in, a bit of rain, and it's got a bit more damp and depressing, which, I mean, I much prefer it, to be honest. I hated the above 30 degrees heat. Jesus Christ. It'd just be death every day. It was horrible. So, but Bologna in Italy, where the Imola track is situated, is still very, very hot. So 30 degrees, bright sunshine. They're all looking good for the race today. So no rain, luckily for the boys. So we got 2 changes that I knew about before the race. Arsenal FC has indeed been kicked from the BMW M6 slot. It didn't give me enough time before last week's race to get any replacements. So he is out of that spot, and instead we have Mr. King Lang in the BMW N6. In a beautiful little livery there, the Turner number 97, yellow and blue car. Cheeky little one. Cheeky little one. He's obviously in that car for today, so I wish him the best of luck. Then we also got Gaming Gamer couldn't race today, so I got JSR Silent in to race for him in the Ginetta, but he hasn't bothered to turn up either. So that's fantastic. So thank you very much there to him. So it's looking now, especially with maybe 9, possibly 10 or 11 runners, see if we can get some other people to jump in. It's going to be a very, very easy opportunity for these boys to get any points. So could really, really jumble up the championship today with some people that are near the top, that are not going to be able to grab any points. So it could jumble up the order a bit, jostle up the boys. We've still got lads out there. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. F1E Reviews, just currently leaving the pits in that Nissan. He's here, currently in 3rd, so it could be, possibly, Dan's chance to get the podium. Hasn't quite got it yet. Has attended every race but 1, I believe, and I think his best finishing position is a 4th or a 5th. So this could be the fateful day that he's finally able to get that podium. So I wish him the best of luck. Jack, although has gone faster than all the boys, straight out of the gate to 147.2. We know Jack has some serious pace. So let's hope he can continue that today, but also have some of the other boys challenge him, because we do want to see the championship close up a wee bit, not allow him to pull such a crazy huge lead. Listen to that Renault roar. Damn! Very sexy. Very sexy. Switch over. We've got the McLaren as well. We've got some lovely cars in this championship. What? Okay, right then. As Todd jumps back in the pits, apologies, getting sidetracked by some Instagram DMs there. We'll have a look back out. We got like 5-6 minutes left of practice now. The boys jumping in their times as usual. Seeing the sort of usual leaderboard layout coming now. We've got KFC losing the back end in that caddy. One that's very difficult to control, I have indeed heard. The yellow flag up in sector 3. Not sure what's going on there. Raptors finally jumped in as well in the Z4 as he goes immediately straight on at the final set of corners. That one's very difficult. Downhill left-hander, so the braking zone is a lot earlier than you think it is. So it's very, very easy to bin it there. Takes a few laps to get used to the track and get the setup done to make sure you're fine for that one. Rundle not doing his best so far, down in 7th. It's about 5 seconds off the pace with that time. Hopefully he should close up. down into the high 140s, I would say. Up with FH444, Todd around that sort of level. Obviously in the fourth in the championship at the moment. We've got 9 people in here, but the chat is absolutely dead. If you're watching the stream at the moment, be sure to say hi to me in the chat. Hello everyone out there, hope you're doing well. Also, we've only got 2 likes on the stream as well at the moment. So if you can drop a like on the stream, I'd hugely appreciate that. If you're watching, if you're enjoying today's stream, a cheeky Saturday, we've obviously got, switch back over to someone else. We've obviously got, King Lang puts in a faster time in the BMW 150.4. A very little cheeky time for him. As he then goes straight on. Oh dear, I think that lap might be invalidated there, mate. Yeah, Joel's back in the pits. Probably for the best there. Celia Pants doing a little start. Getting him ready for the race start as he follows F1 reviews down into the final sector. Yeah, as I was going to say, we have... hello, Finn. Thank you for saying hi, mate. We have indeed got Formula 1 today. We have the qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix today. So, very exciting. I think probably most likely. I haven't seen the EP1, EP2 highlights, to be honest. I've been a little bit busy. I'm packing for university today. So, basically... I'm obviously not going back to uni full time quite yet. That's going to be in September. But I'm just visiting today and tomorrow. I'm going to be visiting Cardiff, dropping all my stuff off for uni, general stuff that I don't need currently, and just getting ready for that uni life. And going to have a little wee sesh tonight, so that should be good fun. And then tomorrow, while the race is going on, I think I'll do a stream, probably tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, just showing you around the room, chatting about the Grand Prix, things like that. Just generally having a bit of a banter with you lot. So that should be good fun. If you're not already following me on Instagram, at MotoMeerkat, you should definitely go over and follow that, because why not? It's a great place to be. A fantastic place to be. Let's have a look and see if any of the other boys have replied yet. Yeah, if the boys who are in, we've got JW and Arthur, I think, can join. So if you're listening to this and you're in the lobby as well, if you can drop them a little invite, that would be fantastic. We can get a couple more boys in this session. But to be fair, I've got to give it to the man we're watching currently in the Aston Martin FH444. I think it's his 3rd race in the championship, I do believe. And he's on pace. He's doing well. He's about 6/10 off of Jack in first. He's leading the championship by quite a way. So he's doing well, putting in the consistent laps currently, and see how we can do in the race. There can be a cheeky little battle between sort of him and Todd near the front. Todd is a little bit far off though. We'd hope he'd be a tad bit closer. This FH444 almost loses it out of that corner. We would hope that Todd would be slightly closer. We want him to challenge Jack. But as we know, Jack with that blistering pace, we'll just see what Todd can do. Benji Matthew in the chat, have you thought about doing an Assetto Corsa Competition series? I haven't, because I don't own the game. But I have been thinking about getting the game, because a lot of people have been asking me to do stuff on ACC. So possibly in the future, when I get to uni, if the game isn't too much and I can pretty easily do it on console, the streaming, then I might do some sort of series or open lobbies or some sort of thing in the future, if it's a thing that people want me to do. I think that could be quite fun. PFC, or KFC should we say, has just said in the chat that let's switch over to Jack, see what he's doing. KFC's just said in the chat, this Cadillac's rear downforce is horrendous. I spin out at the exit of everything. Oh dear. That's not great, mate. I hope it gets a wee bit easier to control. Yeah, KFC, I know you're in the chat and I know you're in the pit, so if you could chuck JW and Arthur an invite, that would be great. Thank you. Otherwise, we just got, like, not even too long now. about 30 seconds a minute for these boys to finish their laps. And I think Jack's probably going to be the first one over the line to finish the session. And once these boys are done, then we'll jump straight into qualifying. We've got a couple more boys joining for qualifying, I do believe, I do hope, at least. See what Jack can do. If it's a faster lap than before. Really cuts the line through there. Doesn't go any faster though. As neither does Todd. Sorry, yes he definitely does, at 147.2. But Jack and FH444 have gone faster as well. Bloody hell. Oh my goodness, I've just noticed Jack has fallen to third. That's why I was getting so confused. Jack fallen to third there with Todd putting in a monster time. 146.7. Beautiful thing from him. As we said, Todd needed to increase that pace to close the gap up on Jack to have any chance with this championship. But there we are. He's done just that with an extremely quick time. And Finn has also gone faster as well, popping him into second. So this could get very interesting. Despite the numbers of the session, this could genuinely be proper interesting here. So let's see how this is. 15 more minutes of qualifying this time. Let's get the speedo on the map up so we can check out where the boys are. And we'll see who will be the first to leave the pits. Boys have had their time now to get the setups done, get the lap times in. And now is when the pressure hits. This is the proper thing now, boys. This is the real thing, the real deal. The real everything that's going on. We're in quali, 15 minutes to set the quickest time they can to sort out the grid for the race. We've got JW who's just managed to jump in, and hopefully we can get Arthur in as well. That would be good too. Then we'll hopefully have sort of 10, 11 runners. Will be fantastic. So here we are, we've got the first boys jumping out the pits now. We've got FH444 in that beautiful Aston Martin. We'll just run through who is currently in the game session at the moment before the time starts to roll in. I'll tell you a wee little bit more about them. So we'll just go to the top of the timesheets of who's out there. We've got GSR Raptor out in the number 35 Team Pirelli BMW Z4. So he is currently sat 15th in the championship on 7 points. So hopefully, especially with a shorter session today, if he just stays in it, then hopefully he should be able to pick up some decent points and extend his point tally in the championship. Then we'll look slightly further down. We've got GSR CJ Pants, who's higher up in the championship than his good friend Raptor. He is in 6th place in the championship on 42 points, tied with WRL Leclerc, who again is another man who's decided not to turn up for today's session, even though I saw he was online and I was inviting him many times before the session started. He still just didn't jump in the game, so good for him. CJ Pants has jumped in the pits for some reason, but hopefully he can get some decent points today and jump up in the championship. He's obviously in that beautiful Lamborghini Huracan, the number 666 Barwell Motorsport, and he's going in the pits now. We'll jump round to Mr. LSJ Rundle in the 188 Stopper IT Systems Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. And bloody mouthful, but a quick car too. And he's been doing very well in the championship. Currently in 4th place on 52 points. So we'll see how he can do today. We've got a message from Mr. Cartman. He wants an invite. Yeah, mate, I can't invite you, so don't bother sending me a message like that. Get it in the chat. I've asked in the chat for people to invite you. So I want you to get in. So hopefully anyone that's watching can get you in before the session ends out, because we need as many runners as we can. We need as many runners as we can get involved in this. So yeah, who's that? We've got a couple of your set times. I'll have a look as well. We've got Jack, obviously, and then 22 Bleu de France Renault Sport RS, leading the championship as well. How many points is he on? 71 points. Doing amazingly at the top of the championship there. Then we got KFC, just come in the pits now, in the caddy. We'll look back at him when he's finally come out of the pits. And then we got JWF1, who's jumped in as well. Thank you, whoever is invited Arthur. I do appreciate that, boys. He's finally jumped in the session. We've also got JWF1 in the session now. Finally changed his username. It was Arctic something before, which had nothing to do with his YouTube channel, but now he's finally got JWF1YT. So add him up on Xbox if you like his videos. He's jumped in and should hopefully have a good time. We got Ben as well, has finally jumped in the session. Someone who didn't say anything to me, but he's finally jumped in, so I'm good to see that. Another person that will be good to see race, because we know he's quick. So let's hopefully get them jumping in to quali, get them setting some times and having some good racing. So thank God, it's looking up for today. We've got a couple more people that have finally jumped in, and GSRC just said, "Did you like my drift out of the pits?" I loved it, mate. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. We've got a couple more people who are jumping in the session now, so should hopefully get some more runners, get some more racing, and have a good time. So thank you, JW, for jumping in. Thank you, Arthur, for jumping in. Thank you, Ben, for jumping in. So it's great to see some more people. Lap time started to fall already. Jack has already chopped into the 46s. That is quicker than anything that anyone set in practice. Todd and FH444 still languishing in the 48s, but we know they both did 46s in the last session, so hopefully they can continue the luck that they had from last time and set some decent times. Get those lap times trickling down again. There we go. We got people jumping in now. We got Ben who's just jumped in. There we go. Up to 12 runners. It's much better to see a much more full lobby than we were looking at before. So let's just check. Yeah, Ben's in the correct car. That's good as well. Oh dear, Ben's disconnected. There we are. Hopefully Ben can get back in. Can get back in again. JWF1. I thought he was going to lose it there through the final complex of corners, but he's managed to just about hold it together. We're halfway through this qualifying session now. Everyone out on track. Everyone that's in the lobby. I've just noticed we're down to 10 as well, so someone else has just left. Is that Cart? It is indeed Cart. Ben's rejoined. Hopefully Cart can get another invite as well. So not only have we got my camera's not playing ball, some of the boys aren't playing ball, and my game isn't playing ball now. Just everything that could go wrong is going wrong, basically. Yeah, Racing Club said anyone still needs an invite. Cart did need one. There we go. I think he's joined as well. Hopefully the boys just getting in the correct cars and then jumping back in the lobby. As we see, Rundle has gone a wee bit quicker, and so has FH444, to be fair. Rundle getting into the 47s now with a 147.7 as Cart has disconnected again. Oh my goodness. If he can get another invite, that would be great. With FH444 in the pits. Just... yeah, everything not playing ball today. So thank you for the boys for being cooperative and trying to get people in. I do appreciate that. But yeah, now thank God I've got the weekend in Cardiff, to be honest, with a stream that's gone as well as this already, and we haven't even got to the race yet. So the icing on the cake, I don't want to jinx it now, the icing on the cake would be if we're halfway through the race and the game crashes. I'm honestly just going to give up and just jump out my window, to be quite honest. But there we go. We got Ben back in, and we got Cart back into the lobby. Ben is actually finally out on track, so that's good. Hopefully he doesn't get kicked again. He's back in the pits. Oh god. Oh god. Hopefully he meant to do that. And we got time trickle in. CJ Pants is 14 seconds on the pace. I don't think that's his quickest lap there, so hopefully go a bit faster than that. Hasn't been doing the best with quali pace as of recent, as he goes wide at the final complex of corners and goes back in the pits. So another not very quick lap from him. Hopefully he can jump back up. He's doing well in the championship, but yeah, just a couple of races, last couple of races hasn't really been on the pace. Hopefully he can pick it up today. Perhaps jumps back in the pits as well. There we go. Cart's now back in the session, and he's out the pits as well. So fantastic. Good to see him out. Get about 6 minutes of practice quali. KFC really not having a good time as well in the caddy. 14 seconds on the pace. Really needs to pick that up. JWF1 like 7 seconds off with a 1:53. Lang had done alright with his times in practice, but still a little bit far down today in 7th. And we got Route 2's in 6th, just coming out the pits again. F1 reviews is set in the pits. We got Todd going for it on the times, a 1:48.2 at the moment. Hasn't quite linked it up like he did in practice quite yet. But let's hope he can do that in this session. Because as we said in practice, we want to see him close up that gap on Jack at the top of the timings, so we can have a proper race on our hands. But it's all going to matter on that first corner. I've just noticed the gap for pole position there is 0.08 of a second between Jack and Rundle. A 1:46.533 for Jack and a 1:46.613 for Rundle. Bloody hell, that is close. That is unbelievably close. We're going to see Todd come across the line. Can he set a faster time at all? Let's have a look. He does indeed go faster into the 1:46s finally. With a 1:46.9 for Todd. About 0.3 off the top two. So very nice from him there. As we've got everyone out on the track now, I do believe. Obviously apart from Rundle. Ben is going to come through. Hopefully begin setting a time as Kart is getting it all loose down to the bottom sector. Bloody hell. Gee, he was all over the shop, wasn't he? He's in the wrong livery as well. He's in the 912 rather than the 911. Well, there we go. They're both the same livery anyway, so it doesn't matter. Got a bit of a train forming as well. We've got King Lang being followed by Kart, who's also being followed by KFC. There's someone in front of King Lang as well, so a little train going on down into the first sector here. I'm going to see the boys beginning to put their times in. I just don't believe that KFC can be 15 seconds off. Even if that kart is difficult to control, maybe you'll be 5 seconds off. So come on, mate. Come on, KFC lad. We want to see you pick up the pace. As Kart has caught up to the back of King Lang, he's getting balked slightly on a quick lap here. They're all following JWF1, it is, who they're following. So, oh, they're going to go, oh, well, they're inside of each other. Never thought I'd see that on one of my streams, but there we are. Kart managing to go through King Lang. As JWF1's gone back to the pits, so that clearly wasn't a very quick lap for him. About 3 minutes left of qualifying now. So see if the boys can set any faster times. We got Rundle chasing down, literally looking for that 0.08 of a second. Which round a lap, that's 1 minute and 46. That is so close. So close. That's literally just one lockup on the braking area, and that's easily a few tenths. So as oh dear, he loses it, as I said, locks up, goes straight on into the chicane. So that's definitely not going to be his quick lap there. Probably going to get one, maybe two more chances of laps. We got Jack and Todd both in the pits. Jack coming back out now. He's just about going to have enough time to do an extra lap. Todd should as well if he gets out in the next sort of 15 seconds. It's going to be close from him now. If he doesn't leave, it's going to be very close. Let's see what he does. We've got King Lang's shot back in the pits as well. Come on, Todd. Surely that's not everything you got. A 1:46.9 is very good, but at least give it a go. He's not going to have it. He's left it too late, and he's not going to make it round to do another lap. So that's it for Todd. No qualifying, no pole lap time from him today. Highest he's going to do is third, and that's if FH444 doesn't beat him, doesn't pip him to it on the timing sheets. Currently on a 1:46.955, so about 500ths between those two. So again, very small margins here today. CJ Punt's getting out of the way of the two quick boys. But FH444 with a relatively good tactic there, following Jack, obviously the quickest guy. About 100th down on his quickest time at the moment, FH444. So let's see what he can do through this lap. Hopefully Jack doesn't balk him at all. But equally, as I said, following the quick driver should be quite helpful. We've got loads of guys coming round now to either finish their second or their final laps. It's a huge little gaggle. We've got someone coming across the line now. And they didn't set a quicker time, so I'm not sure who that was. We'll wait for this gaggle to come through. Let's have a look and see who's at the front of this little pack. It was JW that went across the line. There we go. We've got KFC at the front of this wee little pack. Down on 11th at the moment. Let's see if he can set a faster time on a 1:56 currently. And then we'll look back to see what Kart can do. Does KFC go any faster? He does not. Look back to Kart. See if he can set a time. He doesn't either. Oh dear. Then we've got loads of people about to cross the line. See if the leaderboard jumps around at all. Raptors crashed on entrance to the pit lane somehow. But quite a few people went across the pit lane just there. But CJ Pants comes across and does a lovely little pirouette to finish the lap, but doesn't go any faster actually. I think we had a couple of people that went across and were able to start a new lap. But most people are just not setting any faster and having to go in the pits there, such as Rundle, not being able to go any faster, close that 800th gap, so he will be starting second for today. Jack's gone on to another lap, but he's already realistically on pole. So there we go. As I said, yeah, he's already on pole. He's gone back to the pits. Doesn't need to set a faster time. JWF1 is going to come through to set another lap. Down in 10th at the moment. Quite a few seconds. Oh dear. He spun it into the final sector. He's going to beat himself up about that. But that's JWF1 session over. Very sad for him. Very, very sad for him. Down in 10th for this session. But hopefully he can pick it up a little bit in the race. Now we're just waiting for this session to finish out. We got Kart and Ben still wanting to set times. Coming down to the final sector is Kart in that 912 Porsche. Beautiful little white, black and red livery. Let's see how he can do. Coming onto the straight now. It's quite a long run from the final corner to the actual start-finish line on the what is the straight, but it's not even a straight. It's basically a big curve. He's going to come across the line very soon. See what he can do. Can he jump up? He can indeed. Jumps up to 5th. Only about 4/10 off the pace, so very nice from him. As Ben's going to come through as well to finish the session out. And he jumps up to 2nd position. New Rundle should have set a quicker time at the end of that session. Ben jumping in only about 500ths off the quickest time. It is so close at the front of the grid today. Look at that. 5 guys in the 46s. About half a second between the top 5. So even though we've had a slightly worse turnout for today, boys, don't worry. You're still going to get some fantastic racing in the MotoMeerkat World Series for today. 11 people in the lobby. Thank you everyone for jumping on. While we're waiting for this session to start, if you're watching, if you're enjoying yourself, then be sure to drop a little like on this stream. I do really, really appreciate it. But there we are. A wee sip of water to get this session started. We've got 23 laps around Imola today, so it should be very fun. Let's have a look at the grid. We've got Jack on pole, leader of the championship, hoping to get some more points today and possibly extend his lead, but we've got plenty of boys behind him looking to stop him from doing so. So there's him on pole. Then we've got Ben on 2nd place, just managed to jump in the session, so good luck to him. Rundle on 3rd. Then we've got Todd in 4th. FH444 in 5th. Then we got Kart in 6th. F1 Reviews in 7th. Raptor in 8th. CJ Pants in 9th. Lang in 10th. JWF1 in 11th. And then KFC bringing up the rear in 12th in that Cadillac. So let's see how these boys do today. We'll switch back to the front runners. Just wait for them to sync up. All make sure that their pit stops, their pit strategies even, and their tyres, their fuel, everything is sorted for the start of this race. Oh dear, Jack said I'm not in. It's just showing me pictures of the track. That's not great. I mean, you're in the grid, And usually it starts to bug out if someone's having problems like that. So we'll see what happens at the start. If it syncs, yeah, it doesn't let you click continue, then it will just kick you out from the grid, which again is very frustrating. Everything's seeming to go wrong today for me, and clearly for you as well, KFC. So I do apologise for that. But nothing much we can really do. Slightly frustrating. Let's wait to see. As there we go. It's indeed synced, and we've lost KFC from the rear of the grid. Very frustrating. But there we go. Apologies, KFC. We're going to wait for the lights to go out, and they do at Imola for today. Raptor getting a decent start in the background, but otherwise people jostling for position, staying relatively similar at the front, as CJ Pants and King Lang have already had a crash. Before they've even got to the first corner, they have been involved in a collision. Rundle's not done so great there. Todd cuts slightly across the grass, but does well to take him into third position. They're all jostling. Rundle's going to try and hold the inside. Cart's going for it. Up into fourth. Really not the best start for Rundle there, but he's able to hold Cart off there to keep fourth position as Ben continues to pressurise Jack up in first. Jack, no way, has he already got a penalty? I believe he has got a 1 second penalty already. That could affect him at the end of the race, but right now we're focused on those on-track battles. We've got the two at the front, Ben trying to hold on to the back of Jack for first position, and we've got another little gaggle behind. Todd going slightly wide at the left-hander there, could allow Rundle to sneak up the inside, and it does. They're going to go side by side through that section, and Rundle's able to hold him off and take third position for himself as, oh, Todd outbrakes himself, and a really, really mean move there, smashes up the rear of Rundle. Poor Rundle. Oh, I've just noticed Ben has taken the lead. When did that happen? Well, let me look back. Rundle's gonna look for it. Oh, Todd's retaking the position, and Cart's also coming involved in the background. What is going on? Oh my goodness. First laps are always insane in MotoMeerkat World Series. Ben's taking the lead, as you can see there. He's already pulled a slight gap. Rundle's going slowly, allowing Todd to keep that third position, but Todd goes slightly wide, going to go into the grass there. Rundle does a beautiful switchback. Interesting corner cutting from there. And oh my goodness, Rundle and Todd have crashed. Rundle and Todd have crashed there, going wide at the exit and taking each other through. Rundle flashing his lights in rage. Todd, what are you doing, sir? But that's been very, very kind to Cart, allowing him to jump up into the podium position. He's been unlucky in the championship so far, and today could possibly be his day, as FH444 in the background takes fourth position off of F1 New Reviews. Some lovely battles going on already as Rundle goes wide, and so does Raptor, going straight on into that set of corners. Raptor rejoins, getting in a kerfuffle with Todd and Rundle now as we look forward to F1 New Reviews right on the rear of FH444 into the slow right-hander even. Really pressurising him now down for that fourth place. And so I'll keep an eye on the timings right at the front, see what's going on between Ben and Jack, following each other relatively closely currently. See if Jack can continue his pace from qualifying and hopefully close the gap to Ben in the lead. But this is the battle slightly further back. Third place for Cart, FH444 and F1 New Reviews battling hammer and tong just behind. This could produce quite a close little battle between these three. As I've just noticed, just further back, Rundle is now leading that pack by quite a way, with Raptor splitting himself and Toddy games. So really not great for Todd there, and especially not for the championship. But we'll have a little recap a little bit further on into this race. We'll continue focusing near the front, currently where the boys are close. Cart jumping in this lobby quite late, but doing very, very well at the start there. Saying he was going to be completely off the pace, he definitely has not been. Jumping up into third already. Hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes and continues this third position. And I mean, I'd love to interview him at the end of the race. He's been super unlucky, as I said. And if he can finally get that podium he's wanted for so long, that would be fantastic to see. But we've also got FH444 and F1 New Reviews behind them. Two other lads that haven't got a podium yet, and I'm sure are very, very hungry to do so. As Cart comes across the line, flashing his lights, FH444 is going to get a beautiful run on him. Takes him before they've even got to the first corner. And oh, Cart is not happy with that move from FH444. Bangs him up the rear. Is going to get blocked there as they come through the corner. Just about FH444 holds it. They're going to go side by side, continuing through the straight though. Oh, boys, rubbing his races and all that, but don't take each other off. We saw what happened with Rundle and Toddy Games. Oh, no! Oh, Finn! He spun it all by himself. Oh, dear. He's going to be so frustrated with himself there. Drops down to 6th. is able to quickly recover it as Raptor goes wide in the background as well. What is he doing? But, oh, Finley, my boy. Oh my goodness, I've just noticed F1 Reviews has managed to take Kart for 3rd position. That's all that's happened. All that's gone on. And poor Finley's dropped it down to 6th. Hopefully he can continue his pace and re-catch up with some of these boys. But F1 Reviews jumps up to 3rd in all that kerfuffle. Another guy who's looking to get his first podium started about 7th or 8th in today's race, and he's already up to 3rd position. Fantastic for him. Fantastic for him. So let's see how we can do today in that Nissan, continuously being chased by Arthur, who goes very wide there. Sorry, I should say Kart in 4th. And Rundle, even after that kerfuffle with Todd, managed to really pick up the pace there. Still in 5th, and now chasing down both of these boys, trying to get back on the podium, trying to get some decent points and catch up with Todd in the championship. So some of these moves really having a big effect as Rundle jumps in the pits already. Lap 3, and he's already dived in the pits. I'm not sure what his strategy is there. I assume coming up behind these two boys that are fighting, he didn't want to lose too much time. But still, to do it at the end of lap 3, to pit for new tyres and some fuel at the end of lap 3 is a big move for him. So let's see what happens there, if he's able to get some masterful undercut. But firstly, we'll look at this on-track battle between these two boys. F1 Review still in 3rd, with Kart just behind him. It would be lovely to see Dan finally get a podium and finally get an interview, as he's been very, very loyal to the series and has been really enjoying himself. Well, at least I hope so. I do believe he has. Yeah, KFC, I don't know what happened, mate. I really don't know what happened. It's happened to some other guys before. Just jumping in the race, it decides that you're not allowed to do it today. So I do apologise for that, mate. Very frustrating for you there, but hopefully we'll see you back again next week, matey. And it's always good. It's always good to have you in the lobby, buddy. Looking at the front, Ben has been able to get a 3-second lead over Jack now in 2nd. As Jack with an unorthodox line through the chicane there, clearly outbraking himself and going a little bit too deep. But Ben really putting in the pace. His strategy most likely now is going to be just to continue putting in the pace at the front while he has to clean air and pit pretty late, I would say, would be my strategy if I was in his position. As he moves on to lap 5 of this 22-lap race. Again, MotoMeerkat World Series. You can always count on there being a crazy start. You can always count on there being a crazy start. But the boys sort of more trickling as... Oh, Jack's already come in the pits as well. Another very early pit stop from one of the front runners. Jack in the Renault coming into the pits, going to be changing his tyres, adding some more fuel. As you can see the animations do it, but then they say they're done within about a second, even though they're not on his screen. So another problem with this game. Also the fact that they're see-through, we'll forget that as well. I would love for them to have fixed that in Project Cars 3, but sadly Project Cars 3 is basically an arcade game, so that's slightly frustrating. As I was hoping maybe Rundle could close up a little bit to Jack in 2nd, but it's looking like there's still going to be quite the gap, as you can see on the map. Jack getting relatively close to the end of the pit lane now, as he's going to be exiting about now, as Rundle has just come onto the straight. He is going to be a bit closer, to be fair. Closer than I thought anyway. You might even see him come through in the background here. Not quite, but he was very close to doing so. So about 5 seconds between those two, I do believe. Jack's obviously going to be just out the pit lane with the cold tyres, but that does hopefully mean some good things for Rundle. He's always being good at putting that pace in once he'd done his pit stop. But the boys now slightly more spread out than they were before. We got Carter's retaken F1 reviews for 2nd position. Apologies, only just noticed that. I must have been at the S section chicane just now, because they had a little couple of seconds gap, as F1 Reviews going to re-look up the inside. A absolute dive bomb on Cart there. Not sure about that one. I don't think Cart will be particularly happy with that one. But he's retaken the position. FH444 says, thank you very much, though. As F1 Reviews is a very, very kind man. Slows down and allows for Arthur to get past. But that slowing down has also allowed FH444 to get back past. So despite his little spin, FH444 is right back in this battle with the three boys, as they're going to go right back at it. Everyone who's looking around the outside of FH444 already into that left-hander, not going to be able to do it this time around. I'm going to have to hold position back down into 4th place now, and we know, especially with the boys slowing down there and having difficulties, that Rundle has definitely made the right decision of pitting so early, and will definitely be retaking that position for 4th place. As F1UVs looks through the switchback there on FH444, not going to be able to do it there either though. As F1UVs, we know he's a lovely racer. He's far too kind, to be honest. He's way too nice, and will allow allow people back past after he's done some silly moves. But to be fair, we love to see those silly moves anyway. We love that he's getting the confidence up to send some of those moves, and sometimes they're just not going to work. So good try there from F1 Reviews, but didn't quite make it stick. Didn't quite make it stick that time around. So unlucky to him. As Junior F1 is still in this race, to be fair, down in 7th. I thought he said he needed to leave relatively soon, so hopefully he can continue and stay in this race as long as possible. But we've got, I've just noticed Toddy Games is down in 10th, so I believe that he will have pitted. He obviously had that run-in with Rundle, but then after that, I'm really not sure what happened. He's down about 20 seconds behind Rundle now. So either Rundle's been putting in that pace, but as you can see, they're doing very similar lap times, so I'm really not too sure what happened to him now and why he's lapping sort of so far down. We've got Jack and Rundle that have obviously pitted as well. About the same sort of time between the two as when they left the pits in 8th and 9th. We'll look back forward to these boys now. FH444 even going, putting in the pace now. Eked out a slight gap over F1 Reviews and catching back up to the rear of Kart. But let's see these boys go at it. If FH444 is able to catch up to the rear of Kart, they're able to have a cheeky little battle. Even that slight loss of time will allow for F1 Reviews to really get back on the rear of them, and we'll get a three-way battle going for 2nd place currently. Let's watch this one play out, lads. But Imola, what a stunning track. What an absolutely stunning track. I can't wait to see the F1 cars flying through this track. The only problem is that it's the same problem that we have with Monaco, realistically, is that the cars are just so big now. Like, you don't quite realise how bloody huge they are. They're almost twice the size of the ones from sort of 2008, 2009. Like, they're really, really big. So, round this track is a very, very tight track. As you can see, even with the GT3s are sort of taking... there you go. JWF1 has had to leave. See you later, JW. As you can see, even the GT3s are taking up sort of half the track in places. So, F1 cars are going to find it very difficult to pass. So, I'm not sure. I feel like the real F1 race could be a bit of a procession. But I hope... Oh, my goodness. Oh, bloody hell. That really crept up on me. Oh, there we go. FH444 has jumped in the pits. Lap 7. Still an early pit stop. I wasn't really expecting anyone to be pitting until sort of maybe lap 11, lap 12. About midway through the races when most people like to pit. But a lot of people deciding the early stop is better than today. Obviously, I had Jack Rundle already pitted. And we'll see where they stack up against these other guys. I think I might sneeze again, so just be ready for that. Oh, I've got the little tingly in my nose where it feels like it could happen at any point. Not the nicest ever. We got FH44 still in the pits, gets overtaken by Jack. As you would expect, he was a little bit further down, and I believe Rundle's going to jump in pretty easily as well. There you go, he is indeed. Jumping up past FH44. He's not even done this pit stop yet. Bloody hell. Taken a very long time. There we go. He's finally done. Coming out in 8th, I do believe he will be on track, but obviously people haven't pitted yet, people have done this and this and that, so we'll see what actually happens with them on track once people have done all their pit stops. But Kart and F1 Reviews still going at it together. F1 Reviews getting very, very close up to the rear of Kart now. Ben still out in front, coming to the final sector, going to be going on to lap 9 of this race, putting in the pace. See what he can do. See what he can do once the pit stops are all done. As I've just looked at the bottom corner, Toddy Games has done the fastest lap. He has indeed done the fastest lap, down in 9th. He's on a 1:46.7, so a good lap from him, but his last lap was a 49.3. So not the best from him, but if he's pitted, he's just behind FH444. So I believe Todd has indeed pitted. So that could mean that, let's look back at this battle, because I've just noticed how close it is. That could mean that FH444 was in this battle for what will be about 3rd position. So that means that there could be sort of a 4-way fight for 3rd as they come out of the pit stops now. So we'll have to wait and see. But if Kart and F1 Reviews, they're sort of following each other around at the moment. If they do begin battling as such, going one in front of the other, just nip and tuck, then that could really slow them down. And it could mean that FH444 and possibly even Todd could jump them in the pit stops. So that would be very interesting to see. Very, very interesting. As amazingly, obviously we know Jack is going to be in 2nd, but to what is technically 3rd position, Ben has got a 20-second lead. So I wish Duke had turned up for this. Duke messaged me this morning, Dvanleur, as you would know him if you watched these streams before. Duke had messaged me this morning telling me he wasn't going to be able to turn up for next week's race. And I said, not today, right? Like, just make sure. You don't mean today, you mean next week? He said, yeah, next week. And then just doesn't turn up for today. So, I wish he was here, because him and Ben would have such a good battle. I know Duke's so quick. So it would have been great to see him involved in this one. So, I just don't know. I'm gonna have a fucking go at these guys on Instagram. I was so angry before the race started. So angry at these guys, because it's just fucking taking the piss. Absolutely taking the piss. So frustrating. But the boys who have turned up are producing some fantastic racing so far, so it's always brilliant to see. F1 is really pressuring Kart now, trying to look for that move. But Kart keeping his cool, doing a very, very nice job there. Lapping slightly slower than F1 Reviews, but F1 Reviews just not quite able to get this move done, get close enough to make a move stick, and I think maybe a little bit scarred from his previous move he tried to make on Kart a little bit earlier in this race. Sent an absolute dive bomb down into the second last corner, which didn't quite work out. So hopefully he can pull a little bit of a nicer move this time. Hopefully I didn't put any damage on the cars last time. And this lap, as you can see, just from when we've been watching them, down the start-finish, well, straight oh dear. Oh my goodness. King Lang has said that he got a drive-through penalty for an illegal overtake on JW when JW left. That sums up this game, doesn't it? That really sums up this game's rules. But just ludicrous. I'm sorry about that, King Lang, mate. I don't know what happened there. I really don't know what happened. But let's see how this battle plays out now. It's coming on to, we're about halfway through this race now on lap 11. Yeah, halfway through lap 11 for Ben. So yeah, literally halfway through the race we are now. Ben still continuing to elongate that lead over Kart in what is 2nd, but what is actually going to be about 3rd or 4th. Ben just putting in the pace, realistically. Putting in the pace, still on relatively heavier fuel, so 1:47 is looking like a proper quick time at the moment. Jack down in 5th, should be retaking 2nd position in the Renault on 1:48, so I think Ben is still going to have elongated that gap over Jack and still hold 1st position, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be going before he wants to change those tyres, because if he does pit, he's probably going to come out relatively close to Kart and F1 Reviews in 2nd, so I feel like he might play it out, wait for them to pit, and then pit himself to continue his his clean air and hold out his position at the front. But Kart not phased by F1's pressure, continuing to hold out this gap, but not allowing for a pass to occur. And we'll see now where these boys decide to pit. Whether F1 decides that Kart is holding him up at all, whether that's hindering his pace, or whether, as Kart goes straight over the grass there, will gain quite a bit of time, but will definitely be given a penalty on F1 as he does a sector that was 3/4 of a second faster, obviously, because he went so quick around that corner. Hopefully the game does give him a penalty there, because that's ludicrous if it doesn't. Absolutely ludicrous. See if he comes in the pits. It looks like he is, and he is indeed going to jump in the pits. Kart, from second place, dives into the pit lane in the Porsche. So let's see how this affects the running order. So CJ Pants, sorry, F1 what am I even saying? I'm getting everyone confused. Jack, in 4th place currently, should take him through here. We expect that to happen. As Ben is coming to the pits as well. Didn't even notice that. Ben is coming down near the end of the pit lane. Jack's coming onto the straight now. I think Ben is still going to have a relatively decent lead, as there we go. Comes out the pits now. Quite an early pit stop from Ben. I thought he'd leave it till later, but there we are. As you could just see Jack on the straight there. There we are. He's actually closer to him, I believe, than when they went in the pits. As Kart is about coming out the pits now. Rundle's coming on the straight. It could be close between them, as no. Rundle's already gone past him. Rundle's down at the end of the pits. And Kart hasn't even come out of the pits yet. Let's have a look back there. As Kart has just come out now. But he's got a massive gap on FH444. Absolutely huge. So I'm not sure how that's worked. Because Rundle's done a fantastic job there of putting in the pace, coming in proper early, as he has done in a couple of races already. Just doing the pace, he's about 10 seconds on Kart now. So it's looking like Rundle has that 3rd position in the bag. But now Kart sort of come out in no man's land. Obviously, it was him, F1 Reviews, who hasn't yet pitted, and FH444, who were all battling for what was 2nd position at the time. And FH4 came in before them and has dropped back loads. He's about 10 seconds behind Kart again. So how he's lost that much time, I don't know. And then he's got Toddy Games right behind him now. They're going to be battling, for about what they already are in currently, about 6th position, 5th or 6th position. See what happens with F1 Reviews, setting decently quick times now. Out in 1st position, because obviously he's the only person out there currently that still hasn't pitted. So we'll see where he ends up. He's gone on to another lap now, onto lap 13. Clearly going long on the strategy now. Thanks to the fact he's been left out there alone. So now your running order's looking like Ben out in the lead. Got about 4 seconds on Jack in 2nd. Then we got another 10 seconds back to Rundle down in 3rd position. Then another 10 seconds down to Kart in 5th, who should hopefully have F1 Reviews joining him around that sort of time frame. Then we've got FH444 in 6th, with Toddy behind him in 7th. So a really bad race for Todd at the moment, getting in that kerfuffle with Rundle a bit earlier in the race, but then just really not putting in the pace, not doing his best laps there. He was following FH444. He was just behind him on even the previous lap, 2 laps ago. But now he's already fallen off him. About a second between those two boys now. So hopefully Todd can pick up the pace a little bit. He really needs those points. He's in 2nd in the championship at the moment, but could no longer be if Ben and Rundle pick up some good points today. Could be dropping him down the leaderboard significantly. So we'll continue to watch that as FH444, as I said, just continues to pull time and pull a gap on Todd. So not sure what's happening with him. Another person that's not having a great day today is CJ Pants, down in 8th position, being followed by his mate Raptor in the BMW. Just CJ Pants it was weird. He started off this season doing very well. He started off this season not doing the best, not particularly being up there, languishing sort of down where he is at the moment, in the mid-pack, bottom positions. Then, randomly through the middle of the season, he had loads of pace, suddenly got a win, and then was up there in the podiums for like 2 or 3 races. And now he's dropped back down to where he was before. So I don't know if that's any indication of effort he's putting into the series. But hopefully he can get up that pace again and get back up to some decent points paying positions further on in this championship. As F1 Reviews is on lap 14 currently, almost halfway through again, so on to lap 15. And, oh my goodness, Kart is back in the pits again. I'm not sure what's happened there for him. He's got 5 seconds of penalties, so I don't know how that happened. As I've just noticed, LSJ Rundle has 10 seconds of penalties. Not great for him, possibly a a pit lane speeding incident there from him. So again, we'll have to look at that at the end of the race, see what exactly happened. Kart doing a drive-through, it seems like. So, again, not sure what's happened with him. Allowed for Todd to gain an extra position there, jumping up to 6th and FH444 up to 5th. And that will probably mean that F1 Reviews, after his long stint on those tyres, as he's finally in the pit lane, onto the lap 15, and F1 Reviews finally comes into the pits, predicting a 5th place exit of the pits here for him, which would be good, some decent points, some very decent points. Not even 5th, sorry, 4th. We've got Ben who's gone past, taking the lead again in this race in the beautiful Audi, and it will be his first win in the championship and another extra person to win a race. I believe the 6th person to win in the championship, either the 5th or 6th. So always good to see some new people winning, crowding some new people with some top pace. Then we got Jack just behind and Rundle just behind him, both passed through into the podium positions. And we got FH444 and Todd coming onto the straight now, as F1 Reviews exits the pits. It looks like it could be relatively close between those two. FH444 just coming out the pits and chasing down F1 Reviews. Obviously, F1 Reviews going to be on cold tyres, just coming out the pits, going to need to quickly heat those up so he can hopefully get a slight gap, which he hasn't really got to FH444. F1 Reviews coming out in 4th position. I believe his best finishing position for the championship it would be. But FH444 and Todd continuing to pick up their pace. FH444 doing a 1:48.3 on the the last lap. Toddy Games with a 1:47.6. So both of them looking to hopefully close up on F1 Reviews and create a little battle for the stream. It would be very nice to see. So let's see if any of this can play out. I will, however, look back down. We got CJ Pats and Raptor, who are very close to the timing sheets as, oh dear, not anymore. Raptor clearly goes wide at the right-hander there. And not doing the best race for him there. As Lang is a couple of laps down, I believe, on the leaders. Not having his best race, although he's got his new car in the M6 with the beautiful Turner livery. That's my favourite livery on the grid, 100%. That thing is very, very, very fit. Very, very, very fit. But not having the best race. Obviously getting unlucky, as he said in chat, with that drive-through. The game just being generally silly there. So frustrating for him. And also, Kart, another annoyance for him. Having a brilliant start, getting up into 3rd, having some great battles, and then, I assume, having a drive-through there, and getting very unlucky, dropping back down to 7th. And not getting incredible points, but at least they are points for the championship as he goes deeper to the left-hander there. Loses a little bit of time there, but we'll switch back. It looks like Todd has had another blinder a lap, a 1:47.2 from him there, closing back up on those. 1:47.2 for him, and then a 1:47.8 for FH444 with a 1:53.4 for F1 Reviews. So this is closing up quicker than I expected. F1 Reviews possibly feeling the pressure, looking to get his best finish in the championship. But will he crumble under the pressure? Let's wait and see. Can he put it in? Hopefully a better lap time than a 153 this time around. He should be dropping into the high 140s. But FH444 breathing down his neck now in the Aston Martin Vantage. Oh, listen to the roar through there. That was a beautiful sound. Absolutely stunning. As this is really hotting now for these places. It looks like the top three are pretty much decided now between Ben, Jack and Rundle. Not the most interesting race from the boys up top, but similarly to Formula 1, we don't have the most exciting stuff going on at the lead currently, but just behind them, the midfield, 4th, 5th and 6th, this is really hotting up now. We've got, has FH444 got a time penalty? No, he doesn't, but F1 Reviews does have a 1 second penalty. So even if FH444 just keeps the gap that he has now, we could see him taking 4th position, as F1 Reviews has put in a faster time that time around, a 1:49.6. Still slower than the other two boys though. FH444 with a 1:48.2 and Toddy with a 1:47.2. So very quick. You can see how just in these few laps they've all started to close up on each other. The Nissan leading the Aston Martin, leading the McLaren. Some beautiful cars to see out on track. No matter whether it's just in game, it's still beautiful cars to see racing, and ones that sound just amazing. Woohoo! Beautiful, beautiful. But let's see if FH444 can close this gap just enough to take a position off of F1 Reviews, as we've got Racing Update in the chat. Hey. Hello, buddy. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing alright. Thanks for jumping in the MotoMeerkat World Series stream. I do appreciate that, mate. If you're not following Racing Update on Instagram already, you definitely should do. As, oh my goodness, I've just noticed, I had my eyes away from the screen, and FH444 has made a mistake. Completely missed that. Looks like he has some damage on the front of the car. So possibly binning it there and hitting the barrier. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of F1 Reviews. One less person to get involved in this battle for 4th, but Todd now being the attacker down in 5th, looking to take F1 Reviews to that 4th place, but meaning definitely a higher chance for F1 Reviews to secure his best ever finishing position. But Todd, even after having that blundle at the start, a little bit of a crash with Rundle able to pick himself up a lot better than Todd did up into 3rd, but Todd, his saving grace being FH444 there, spinning it twice already in this race it seems. So firstly it was KFC who was spinning it a lot, spun it in every race. This time didn't even get the chance to spin it in the race because he wasn't allowed to join. The game said no, not allowed to race today for some reason, as Kart has just left the session. Oh dear. Kart's decided he doesn't want to finish out this race, so no points for him. FH444 down in 6th now, about 6-7 seconds off of Todd in 5th. So frustrating for him. Bidding it again. Still going to get some good points for 6th, but just annoying, I know. Poor lad. But there we are. F1 Reviews coming up on a back marker even, which is King Lang down in 9th. We'll switch over to the camera angle of him because that car is just so fit that it's really just a beautiful one to watch. Racing Update, everything is fine. Thanks for the shout out. No problem at all, mate. No problem at all. You've got a lovely account, so I'm happy to support. As Lang is 5 seconds down to his best lap. I'm not sure what's happened to him here. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't hold up the leaders too much. Allows them through more easily, as he goes a little bit wide on exit, as he does indeed go off racing line to allow F1 Reviews past. He hasn't slowed down though. He's still offline. He's going to cut back across. Oh my goodness, I'm nervous for F1 Reviews here. Oh my good god. King Lang just about allows him through. almost loses it in the process, but is able to do so and allows F1 Reviews through. So thank you for that, King Lang, as the map marker. Hopefully he'll do the same for Toddy Games here. As he goes wide at the exit of that corner, loses a bit of time, is going to block Todd massively. Oh my goodness. King Lang, what are you doing, mate? Todd manages to get through, but will lose a bit of time out to F1 Reviews there. Not your best move there, King Lang. Not sure what you were doing, as we've got FH444 just in the background there. You can see him. Poor lad. Poor little lad. But we move on to the final portion of the race now. Only a few laps left. This is the closest battle, as you would say, on track for 4th position. F1 Reviews with about half a second now to a second over Toddy Games. Toddy Games has only got a few laps to catch that back up and hopefully take, well, not hopefully if you're Todd, not hopefully if you're F1 Reviews. Obviously wanting to get his best position in the championship so far. We're up to 11 viewers now. How's everyone doing? JSauce, hey Meerkat. Hello JSauce. Haven't talked to you in a while, mate. How are you doing? Thank you for joining another Meerkat stream. Mate, I know you had your bit of a mare in the first round of the championship, but I'm having people drop out of the championship left, right and centre. So realistically, if you want to jump back in, you're more than welcome to, buddy. You're more than welcome to. I'll be sending out a thing later to yourself and a few other people asking if you wanted to jump back in. And we'll see what's going on in that respect. But thank you for jumping on the stream, mate. As the boys move on to lap 20 of this race, really winding down now, and Ben is just continuing to put the times in with a 1:46.8 now. To bloody hell, I know he's on lower fuel now, getting near the end of the race, but still he's going to have more fuel in the qualifying. So in the 1:46 is just amazing. When they came out the pits, I think he had about 6 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds over Jack. They're now up to 10 seconds over Jack. So fantastic for Ben. Going to be taking his, well, I don't want to jinx him, but most likely looking like he's going to be taking his first win in the championship today. But we continue to look back at this 4th place battle between F1 Reviews and Toddy Games. Fantastic between them. Todd really closing up for the final few laps. See if he can make a move. He's getting ever closer. Looking to the outside now. F1 Reviews is covering him off on the inside. See if Todd can go late and hold it round. He can't this time around. F1 Reviews blocks relatively well and manages to get an alright exit through here. Let's see. Hopefully Todd doesn't go for some crazy banzai move like F1 Reviews did on Arthur. He's looking for it, but not going to go for it today. He goes deep. He looks to the inside, gets it stopped nicely, but sticks his nose in there and is not able to quite do the move this time around. As they're going to come across the line very soon to go on to lap 21. 3 laps left of this race now. Todd's got a decent amount of time, about 5 minutes left, to try and get a battle going and get this position taken away from F1 Reviews. But equally, F1 Reviews is really not going to be wanting to do that. Trying to hold off Todd for his best finish in the championship today. As, oh my goodness, I've just seen F1 Reviews has gone wide on the left-hander there. Not sure what happened, but Todd has taken him for 3rd position. As Todd has slowed down, and they're going to go side by side. I'm not sure what's happening between these two boys, but there we are. The battle's really hotting up as F1 Reviews is allowed back through by Todd. That was definitely intentional. So I'm not sure what happened there. Missed that. I was looking away from the screen. I do apologise. F1 Reviews retaking the 4th position, and is able to hold off Todd just about this time. Todd looking for it through that left-hander, not quite able to make it happen as they continue to follow each other down through the flowing right-hander and into the tight right-hander, uphill into that left-hander and down to this chicane section. As they've clearly lost a lot of time, King Lang, the back marker, is practically close back up to them now. And FH444 is not too far behind either. So I don't think he's going to have enough time, sadly, to catch up again with these boys. spinning it himself twice, so he only has himself to blame, sadly. But very unlucky for him. I feel super bad for him, but still getting a 6th position and getting some decent points. As we move on to the penultimate lap for these boys. Ben, Jack and Rundle already on it. And all of them being very, very, very far apart. And it's looking like Ben out front, I believe, has the fastest time as well. Let's have a check of the timings. He does indeed. The only man set a 1:46, as I said. No! I lie! Jack has done a 1:46 as well, and the faster 1:46, a 1:46.7. So, very well done to him there. As I don't know what I'm doing. I think I pressed the wrong button. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, timing's right. We've got this go away. Apologies about that. Right, we're on the second last lap, boys. We're going. Let's see what happens here. F1 Overviews tried to hold this 4th position from Todd. Only got about 1.5 laps left to do so. We've got 2 other guys that are quite close on track. We've got CJ and Raptor just behind him. Very, very close. And they've got Ben following, as Ben is going to go onto the final lap of this race. So let's see how that could possibly affect Ben. If CJ Pants and Raptor fights a little bit too hard, it could scupper Ben. But we'll wait and see what happens there. I'll keep my eye out for them as he goes on to the final lap. These guys have still got about half a lap to go of their second last lap, as Todd looks for it, goes quite deep there. But he's going to scupper his own exit there. I'm not sure what he was planning for that one. Couldn't make the move because he was just far too far back there. As we're not forgetting, though, that F1 Reviews now has a 2-second time penalty. So, I almost had the session. There we go. Oh my goodness. Not on the final lap, guys. Not on the final lap. F1 Reviews does have 2 seconds of penalties. So, realistically, if Todd can just keep this gap he has now, he doesn't need to go for any crazy moves. He's got about 9/10 of a gap between him and F1 Reviews at the moment. So, as long as F1 Reviews doesn't set some crazy quick lap time on this final lap that they're on at the moment, then it's looking pretty easy for him. Easy for Todd to take a 4th place, take some decent points, and it means him and Rundle are going to be even closer in the championship for that 2nd position. And Jack is going to continue to extend his lead with a decent 2nd place and also a fastest lap. But Ben has taken Raptor into the final sector and is going to possibly take CJ as well, or possibly not. But it doesn't matter, whatever. He's going to take the win for round 8 of the MotoMeerkat World Series at Imola today. Very well done to him, jumping in at the final moments and still managing to win his first ever win in the series. So well done to him as he crosses the line to take that win. Fantastic from Ben. As we look back, Jack is going to be taking 2nd place. Well-deserved 2nd from him, getting more points on the board to add to his championship tally at the top of the table. Then we got Rundle's going to come through in 3rd. And look back at these boys. Sorry, Rundle. F1 Reviews has been taken by Todd on the final lap. Todd getting a very good exit through the left-hander there into the chicane, able to take the position, gets a good exit through there as well. The only way F1 Reviews could take this back as Rundle comes across the line in 3rd position. Very well done to him. Only way F1 Reviews could do it, if he goes through a banzai move here into the inside, he's not going to be able to stop it down in time. Not going to be able to go for that 4th position. He's going to look for the exit here. Can he get a run on him? He's going to be close, up behind him. What can he do here? It's a long run to the line. He has got the legs. He's right behind him. Pull out, F1 Reviews. Come on. Go for it. They're going to come across. Well, who's going to be there? They're side by side as they come across the line. And Todd just takes it on track. Obviously, F1 Reviews with the 2-second penalty anyway. But what a finish from those 2 boys. Todd stealing 4th place from F1 Reviews on the line as Jack's doing a little wee pirouette there. FH444 finishes in 6th as well. Frustrating for him. A couple of spins there to end out his poor weekend for him. Was looking great on pace in quali and the practice, but couldn't quite finish it off with points there. So frustrating for him. CJ Pants is going to come across the line in 7th position. Raptor clearly having a bit of a crash on the final lap there. His car's very banged up down in 8th. And King Lang is just sort of joining the procession of finished cars down in 9th. So well done to the boys. All the boys that turned up had a good time racing. Another fantastic round of the MotoMeerkat World Series for you lot. And we'll get into the interviews once that's all finished out. So well done to everyone there. And there you have it. There's your finishing order for today's race. Ben taking his first win of the series today. Very, very well done to him. With Jack just behind in second, but managing to get the fastest lap. Went even faster in the rest of that session, doing a 1:46.3. So really, really deserving of that quickest lap there for Jack. So I'm just trying to get this party sorted. There we are. We're just about jumping in now. We'll get the boys invited. And then Rundle also getting a podium as well. So very well done to him. Todd managing to get 4th place. F1 Reviews with the 5th. FH444 in 6th. Senior Pants in 7th. Raptor in 8th. And King Lang in 9th. So well done to them. We'll get Ben. And we'll get Jack. And we will get Rundle in for a cheeky little chat after today's racing session. So as they all begin to jump in the lobby, we've got Ben who's just joining already, and hopefully Jack and Rundle can jump in as well. But Ben's already in here, so we may as well have a little chat to him. Well done, Ben. You jumped in at the last minute, and I mean, you were seriously pacey today. Just sort of got out there ahead, and then didn't really have any problems after that. Can you talk me through your opinions after that one? I can see you talking, mate, but I can't hear you. So I'm not sure if you need to include audio or something.
No,
there you go. There you go. I can hear you. I can hear you, mate. I can hear you.
Yeah, but it says I mean cards power the party, and the sound, it's all glitched.
Okay, mate. Just leave and I'll read your. I'll invite you again, mate. So there we go. Ben's left. We have indeed got Jack in here, though. Let's hold on 2 seconds, Jack. Let me try and get Ben back in the party. So, Jack, well done on that one, mate. Still getting some decent points and getting the fastest lap as well, I do believe. So, very well done to you. Can you talk us through what happened in your race?
I can't even tell myself. I woke up at 13:18, which is basically 12:18 in UK time, and my mother came in and said, "Get your ass up," and I was like, I look at the alarm clock and I see 13:18. I was like, shit, they're already starting. So with only 7 minutes, 12 minutes to go, I went up and I had to plug everything in, and then I made it somehow, and I was literally, when I crossed the line and came second in the qualifying, I was like, what? Ow.
Yeah, very well done to you, mate. Yeah, jumping straight in, getting straight on pace and doing very well. So well done to you, Ben, mate. And then yeah, back to Jack. Talk us through for yourself, mate. How did you find that one? Jack, we're having the same problem again. There we go, Jack. I can hear you now, mate.
Because it was so close in qualifying, I was surprised to get pulled then. And I think I made a mistake on the first lap, which got me a penalty. And then another one, like a lap later, which let Ben through. And nothing else really happened in my race.
Yeah, it was the qualifying was amazing. It was about half a second between the top 5 guys, which is fantastic to see. But then in the race, people making some little mistakes, and you guys allowed Ben to get through. And once he was through, Ben was away. But still, very well done to you guys, picking up great points. Sadly, not able to get Rundle in the party. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but well done, guys. And I'll see you next week for round 9. So I look forward to that. Cheers, guys. See you later. And there we are. And my camera's still not working, so I'm not going to be able to say hi to you after this race. But there you go. There's your finishing order for round 8 of the championship. I hope you really enjoyed this stream. If you have, of course, drop a little like on it down below. I do really appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel. Got more videos coming out next week. The first episode of my podcast, Chatterbox podcast, will be out on Tuesday next week. So I really look forward to that. F1 reviews in the chat. Enjoyed that. Podium is on its way soon. I believe you, Dan, mate. Come on, lad. I believe in that podium. I thought it was going to happen today, but not quite. Well done. Well done still to you, Dan, mate. But thank you, everyone, for watching, for joining in, for subscribing, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I think that's all from me today, so I'll see all of you Meerkats later. Goodbye. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the Formula 1. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.